Warning: the following video presentation contains scenes of extreme deliciousness. Failure to either eat first or bring a snack to consume during the presentation could result in wanting to lick the screen or in some way act the fool. Ain't nobody want that. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, boys and ghouls. DK's making a snack today. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? DK's making a snack today. Shove it right into your mouth. DK's making a snack today. What's it gonna be? Is he making it for me? DK's making a snack today. It's time for tactical snacking with DK.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Radio Hatisse, you're kidding me. Welcome, welcome. AJ, thanks so much for popping in and resubbing, dude. It's much appreciated. We were just chatting on Twitch anyways, and so, yeah, good to see y'all here today. Thanks for being here. I kind of need to start out with a little bit of a mea culpa. And the reason is, so, we're supposed to have some folks coming over tonight at 6:30. It's now 4:08, so in a little under 2.5 hours to eat. And I had completely forgotten that there was a thing tonight that Mrs Hueso is going to, as are about half of the folks that were supposed to be coming over, taking place at 6:30. So it was like, oh snap. And when I set it up, we had set it up that they were going to come over at 5, but I had completely forgotten about it until about a little over an hour ago. I texted, and hopefully they got it. I hope. If not, in a little under an hour, there's probably going to be a knock at the door, and so I'm going to have to go and answer it. So, but that's that is how it goes. Any rate, yeah, oops indeed. At any rate, I'm still gonna make food and everything, and in theory the folks that were gonna be coming over to eat will come by after this thing, which will probably be around 7:30 or so, so in about 3.5 hours, in order to pick up food. So it'll be ready regardless, and I figure, you know, I'll just, you know, mukbang in the meantime or something like that. Yep, well, not so much crunch time, but it was one of those things that when I realized that the mix-up, I immediately messaged them in order to let them know what was going on, because there was no way I was going to have, you know, food ready and be able to entertain at that point, because even Mrs. Hueso is not going to be home from work right at 5. She'll probably end up being a little bit late just because that's how her week has been, with dealing with audit stuff and end of month stuff and payroll stuff, and that's just kind of her work life at the moment. At any rate, we're making lasagna. Lasagna from scratch. We're gonna be making a salad with shaved fennel, apple, some roasted walnuts. I think I'm gonna throw in some dried cranberries, make a vinaigrette. That'll probably get tossed in with some spring mix, I think. Of course, we're going to have garlic bread, because you kind of have to. That's just sort of mandatory. And then I was thinking, you know what? Strawberry lemonade is something I haven't made in a while, and it would be good to do again. And I even went out... Exactly. Oh, speaking of, that reminds me, you're kidding me. Thank you so much for hitting that. There's some new channel point redeems that I put in. I've got a lot of channel point redeems now that I think about it. But there's some new ones, and I even clipped a few more things today to put 4 more channel point redeems in there. I'm going to have to go through and kind of cull some of them, I think. But there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, and there's a few new ones, which are pretty funny. So, kind of happy about that. But, yeah, so anyways, strawberry lemonade, something I haven't made in a while. And strawberries just happen to be on sale. So it's like, hey, I'll pick some up and use those. But, and to be honest, like, the strawberry lemonade that we would make, and okay, I should explain. Probably about 10 years ago or so, I did a lot of large-scale cooking for church activities. It's one of those things that I had developed this reputation of being able to handle meals on a large scale for a lot of people. One of the biggest ones that I did was a funeral for 600, and it was effectively me prepping everything. Mrs Hueso helped out a little bit, but like I prepped a ton of pans and everything and sent them to different people's homes to bake and get ready, and all they had to do was bring it. But I had kind of developed this reputation, and one of the things that we would make is this strawberry lemonade, and I wish I could say, oh yeah, we're gonna hand squeeze the lemons and hand press the strawberries, but for a large scale like that, honestly, we were just using Country Time lemonade, and at the time we were using Jose Cuervo's strawberry margarita mix, but this Strawberry Mix Masters daiquiri margarita mix stuff is what we would end up using. But I'd figured I would make a small batch of it tonight to drink because I hadn't made it in forever, and we'd also puree up some strawberries and throw them in too, because that would be yummy and delicious. So yeah, there we are. Now the recipes for tonight, I will say, the lasagna recipe that I've kind of used and gone off of is it's from Cooks Illustrated. It's their hearty meat lasagna recipe, but I do change it up just a little bit. I actually have, it's in this book, The New Best Recipe. It's this large tome, and I've got it open and sitting here just as kind of just a little bit of a reference. One of the changes that I do make is that one of the layers that's in there is ricotta cheese, and neither myself or Mrs Hueso is a big ricotta cheese fan. We just, we're not a huge fan of the granularity of it. So I will sub it out with cream cheese, and so that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, and we'll end up getting to that in a little bit. But the first thing that I need to get done for the lasagna is having this the meat sauce actually made for it. And for that, thankfully it's super easy, and the methodology that I'm going to be using is effectively the same sort of thing that I use for like the taco meat, where I get the meat in the pan, add the water, break it all up, then turn on the heat and kind of add everything else to it. Except in this case, I'm not just using ground beef. I'm using a 50-50 mix of ground beef and mild Italian sausage. So we'll get that in there. Then we're going to throw in some onions and garlic and let that cook until all the water goes away. And then that's when we're going to start adding in tomato paste, tomato puree, as well as diced tomatoes, and then get all of that mixed up. Oh, I'm also going to be putting in some, I mentioned tomato paste. Yeah, a bit of tomato paste. So that'll be going in there too. And then, yeah, a little bit of salt and pepper. But that'll kind of take care of that layer. Then for what would be the ricotta cheese layer, it's going to be cream cheese, an egg, Parmesan cheese, and some chopped up fresh basil, which we're starting to see fresh basil again because 'tis the season. So that's definitely going to go in there, and so that'll be really nice. As for the noodles, I'm not going to be using a traditionally like boiled noodle. I'm going to be using no boil noodles. If you haven't seen these, at least here they're labeled as oven ready lasagna noodles, but it does say no boiling, which is what we're kind of aiming for. I mean, they don't have the cool ripples that the normal kind of lasagna noodles have, but the nice thing is, though, is that you're not having to sit there and deal with, you know, boiling everything, getting them out, making sure that they don't stick together. This you can just put in dry and bake and call it good. So it's really nice for really convenience sakes. And then there's a couple of points in here where we can talk about changing a couple of things up. But one of the first things that I want to do is actually got out my food processor because it's just easier for kind of some of the things that we're doing. Because I'm going to end up using this to grate the mozzarella that we're going to need to layer in when we go to build the lasagna itself. But I need garlic for not only the garlic bread, which in here I've got a softened stick of butter already. I need garlic for that. I need garlic for
yes, I like it.
There's one of the new ones. I need garlic for the lasagna and the garlic bread, so I might as well just do all the garlic at once, and then we'll throw in the onion and kind of get that going. So between the garlic bread and the lasagna, I figure that's probably going to be enough garlic for everything. So I can get rid of that.
It doesn't matter, baby. Kaboom!
Taking off the stem layer. It's kind of covered by the food processor at the moment, so there we go. And then I'm just, yeah, I'm not even really, for whole cloves like that, I'm not really worried about smashing them before throwing them in because the pieces are small enough to where they should break up pretty easily. And then I figure I'll just throw in the onion with the garlic that's already in there for the lasagna. And we'll go get the meat started. Okay. Yep.
Seriously, you need to get me in there. Like, that's a must, must.
There's some bigger pieces in there, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. So, let's go ahead and scoop out what I feel would be an appropriate amount for garlic bread that's not going to blow everyone's heads off. That should be a little bit more. Okay, we'll call that good. Alright, so onion time. I'm thinking half of this will do. Skin that. So, it's at this point where I feel like you could very easily do a couple of things. So in this particular recipe, it's literally just onions and garlic is what it calls for. However, if you wanted to, say, sub out like half of the meat used for vegetation, this would be a really good place to kind of add it in and get it chopped up, especially kind of small. Pretty commonly, I've seen people add like celery and carrot for kind of the mirepoix thing going on. Mushrooms. This would be a really great place to add them, especially if you're making it for somebody who doesn't particularly care for mushrooms, be it the texture or whatever. So that way they'll get chopped up small enough and cooked down to where nobody's going to actually, nobody's going to notice. Yes, we love garlic too, your kid mate. Yea, verily. So, but I have done that a number of times for when I've made it for friends that are like, oh yeah, I don't like mushrooms. What I'll do is like, oh, okay, sure, no problem. I'll just chop them up real small, and then that way they don't even notice that they're there. And if it's now, if this is like a genuine sort of food allergy kind of thing, I absolutely will not do that, because then you're dealing with, you know, somebody's well-being. But if it's just like a personal preference because of texture or something like that, well, I will take liberties sometimes. Not all the time. It depends on how well I know the person. And like, if we're actually like good friends. If I'm only like mildly
no
acquainted
judgment.
with them
All
or something
God's
like
children.
that.
It's fine.
Yeah, no judgment. Maybe I won't, just because, you know, I don't really know them all that well. But if they're like a good friend or something like that, it's like I'll totally do it, because they're good friends and they should know better than to tell me that, you know, oh, I can't eat something or I don't particularly like something, because I will find a way to change their minds. Because that's just kind of how I am. Alright. And there we go. Nice onion mince, which is really kind of what I was looking for.
Let's get weird, folks. Come on.
Take this over, as well as the meat. And let's change cameras. That hopefully hasn't frozen up on me. Oh, you found another one. Let's see, did it play? I don't know if it, I didn't see if it played or not. It should have. I thought I tested them all yesterday. Alright.
The greater good. The greater good. Shut it!
So this Italian sausage actually comes in a tube, which is kind of nice. I'm loving the sounds. Okay, good, good. I'm glad. I have a lot of diverse interests when it comes to... Oh, there we go. That one actually played out loud for me. I'm surprised. Alright. So yeah, 50-50 mix of Italian sausage and ground beef. Works really, really well for this. Especially since, I mean, the Italian sausage is going to have those seasonings already mixed in. Alright. And so it's just going to be a little bit more kind of salt and pepper to begin with. Alright. Let's get this broken up a touch. Okay. Add
Groovy.
water. I will say that doing this, like, if you've not seen me do it before, it really freaks some people out. They're like, wait, but you want to brown the meat. Why are you, you know, putting so much water in? And, I mean, if you've been around and you've seen me do this before, you know that the entire reason for it is that by starting it out this way, it allows you to break it up so you end up with a much finer product at the very end. It also helps keep it super tender. Mrs. Hueso can attest to that fact, because once I really started doing this, like if I make taco meat or something like that, the taco meat is super soft and fluffy. Alright, so now that I've got this basically broken up, now I'm going to actually turn on the heat. So I got the heat on high.
Great job, great job.
I'm not going to need to chop up any more vegetation in here, because everything, if there is any vegetation or anything else that I need to chop up, I can do it on the cutting board. This is just, I'm aiming for a really fine mince on this, so then that way, I mean, it comes together super quick. So let me give these things a rinse. There we go. Just trying to break up the sausage more. It's a little bit, I mean, since it was stuffed into the tube, it's more of a solid mass, and so it takes a little bit more work to get it broken up. All right. That is good to go. So the work bowl here I just rinsed out, since what I'm going to be doing with it next is shredding mozzarella with it. So for that, the shredding disc. There it goes. But I can put that off to the side for the time being. Sorry, there's the shredding disc. Since I don't need this for a while, I can put it off to the side. Since I'm here, I might as well add in a pinch or so of Italian herbs to the garlic bread butter. And then that just needs to be mixed up. But I can worry about this a little bit later. Okay. Next, let's get out. Okay. Got another pan, and should have just gotten this out when I was here. Since in order to make the cream cheese layer, I'm gonna just do it in the mixer because it's just so much quicker. not sure how many of y'all have seen the reaction video I did where I talk about, oh, Maria's back. Welcome back. Hey, Accidental Chaos is here. Welcome, welcome. We're doing all right. If you've had a chance to see the reaction video that I posted, what was that? Monday? Tuesday? I don't know, one of those days. One of the things that I mentioned specifically in the video was this locking, oh, thanks, you're kidding me. I appreciate that. Suit at the Sultan the Coder. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I'm glad you enjoyed that. You're kidding me. Yeah. One of the things I talk about in there is at one point in the YouTube video I'm watching, she goes to run her mixer, and you can hear the latch, but the head's not completely down when she latches it, and so when she goes to do it, it like jumps a bit. It's just kind of funny, or at least it made me laugh. Okay, we need fresh basil. Since this is lasagna, that's what we want. Can you hear the meat going? Good. That's doing exactly what I want it to. My favorite line is soggy bottom pie, right? Even that was just like, I definitely had to, I did a bit of a double take on that. And then when she was talking about thick pie, I was just like, okay, I just, it definitely made me laugh. But, so I've seen actually a few other Demetra's videos, and she does have some really good content on there. So I don't want it to seem like I was just hating on her. It may have felt like it a little bit, but in that video, I did feel like there was some good information. Like the phyllo recipe, I thought would be really interesting to try. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to making that. I still have to make the pizza dough recipe that Maria sent me. Alright, that. And maybe a little bit more. There we go. Alright, let's give that a wash. All the basics. I am a hater of Jamie Oliver. I can't stand him. You know what's funny, Maria? Is I remember watching Jamie Oliver videos back when, I mean, this was before he married Jules. So a long time ago. Back when he was just doing Naked Chef. And I liked his approach and just kind of his, you know, hey, we're whacking it together. Like everything was just being whacked together. And I thought it was an interesting approach and kind of a nice, fun, sort of carefree. And I even have a couple of his cookbooks, to be honest. There's this one book that came out years ago. Entitled How to Cook, and it's just kind of like a basic cookbook for people who don't cook, and there's a lot of really good information in there. And so I picked up a copy for Mrs Hueso, so then that way if she wanted to learn, she could, because like I said, there was some good information in there. And I had actually purchased it for some friends of ours. She wanted to improve. I said this would be a really good way to do it. And last time I heard, I thought she had enjoyed it and was using it, but I don't know for certain. So, but I can't say that like everything he's made is, you know, absolutely amazing. But I definitely we've enjoyed his roast potatoes many times, and so I feel that was worth it alone. I actually left the cream cheese out for about an hour. Hey, Lumpy Pickle! You love Uncle Roger? Yeah, totally. Uncle Roger is just a straight up hater. I mean, don't get me wrong, the dude's got some skills, definitely, but that's his whole jam, is just hating on everybody.
Yes, I like it.
There's nothing wrong with it, it's hilarious. Alright. Basil in. Alright. Let's see. Anything else in this layer? Oh yeah, parm. It would help if I had grated some parm. As well as some salt and pepper.
It doesn't matter, baby. Kaboom!
We're definitely doubling down on cheese tonight. Let's...
You know I got you.
I know it's looking green and unappetizing to those that are new, but just be patient. Just be patient.
That is bland.
Hold on.
Surprisingly black.
I need to toast walnuts for the salad. Salt. Bit of pepper.
Nuts up!
Alright, so my oven's at 375. And let's set that 10 minutes. Alright. Bit of salt. Bit of pepper. It's back. Then I need an egg. Jeez. This is in some kind of container. So those eggs are from a group called Imperfect Foods. Oh, you couldn't see it. Anyways, the eggs, I brought them over and had a look at them. They're from a company called Imperfect Foods. But all the eggs looked exactly the same. So, oh, nice. The Kaboom Baby works, and you know I got you. Accidental Chaos is fun too. I'm glad y'all are enjoying the channel point redeems. Like, I have fun making them, but I worry sometimes that nobody sees them and nobody wants to use them. So I'm glad that y'all are having fun with them. Alright. Egg goes in. All right. And just to make life a little bit easier, we're adding parm, about what, a cup? Yeah, about a cup of shredded parm.
Groovy.
Ish. Maybe a bit. Hang on to that because we're going to need some more in order to top off the lasagna, and I'm also going to want to add some to the garlic bread stuff. So, okay, that is down and locked. Still rattles around a little bit just because, you know, it's meeting resistance, but it's not jumping. Okay. That's looking good. Had this particular, so this is actually an aftermarket blade for the KitchenAid mixer. It is a beater blade, if I remember correctly. That's the specific brand, but there's actually multiple aftermarket bladed attachments for the KitchenAid that's actually that are available. The big advantage that this has over the standard paddle attachment is these red silicone wings that actually scrape the side of the bowl. So if you look, you can see how there's those lines going up the side. Where it's clean is where the blade actually scraped. And so it's really, really nice not having to scrape the bowl down all the time, and it actually significantly reduces the amount of time that it takes to cream butter and things like that. Am I making the pasta from scratch? I wish I was. Accidental Chaos. That is not a skill that I happen to have. I am actually using no bake or no boil lasagna noodles. Because people were supposed to be coming over tonight, but at the beginning of the stream, I kind of did a bit of a mea culpa. Because I knew people were coming over, and I thought they were coming over at 6:30, but I didn't realize that we had actually rescheduled it for 5. And by the time I realized it, it was, I think, 3 o'clock, and so I was just like, food's not going to be ready. I completely forgot that we had rescheduled the time. Just really wanted to get that that blade totally rinsed off, because if not, it becomes an absolute bear to try to clean later. So you had to take a little shortcut. Adaptability. Yes, that's exactly it. smell the walnuts. 3 minutes on the timer. Hold up. Mrs. Hueso! Mrs. Hueso's home early? What the heck?
It's my usual time.
Nah, you're like home 15 minutes earlier than you usually are.
Well,
I know, you got that thing tonight.
yeah, and someone has to take the mail, and that someone was me.
Oh, so you got to leave early to do that.
Yeah, because
Nice.
mail has to be there on time.
Very nice.
How's everyone?
Everybody, Mrs. Hueso, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh.
Oh.
Junk. Here, I thought I got a fun card.
Nope. She came to help. Yeah.
Sure. For a few minutes.
That's fine. You're good. I got it handled. Hey, Cryptic Caramel!
Yeah, you're better than I am. What is this?
Oh, this is the... So instead of ricotta, cream cheese.
I think I should sample it.
Okay, if you must. There's raw egg in there.
Must,
What's great about the
must.
Grady is you
Hey,
grate
Oh yeah, must. That's a new channel point redeemed too.
isn't, I mean, we have raw egg with cookie dough. What's the
That's
difference?
true. Yeah, you're fine.
I'm dying.
You're dying. As if.
That's good. It's very good.
Good.
Good job on dishes. Dang!
You should look in the dishwasher.
Ooh, a meat lasagna. And it's empty. Who even are you?
Boom.
Seriously, you need to get me in there. Like, that's a must.
Yeah, strawberry lemonade. Absolutely. Oh. Alright, so that's getting
Yes, I like.
ready for the tomato edition. Hi, Jane. So let's... Yeah, so this is getting really, really close to being ready. You can see that the moisture is almost, or at least the added water is almost gone. And we're almost at the point where... Oh, time for the walnuts. Okay, so this is what we're looking at for the walnuts. I'm guessing about another 2 minutes or so. I want them a little darker so they have a good crunch. They don't have that raw nut kind of flavor texture. Yeah, we're getting close because when this is straight up oil, this actually starts to fry up and brown. That's when we're going to add our tomato paste. Get that out of the way since it's for the garlic bread. So just a kind of a quick tip when it comes to developing additional flavors kind of in this. Once all the additional water has evaporated off and we're left with just the fat and the meat actually starts frying up in it and browning, that's when we're going to add the tomato paste in order to cook it and actually get it to start to caramelize a little bit, because that'll actually just help develop the tomato flavors even more so. It'll be a deeper, more tomatoey, more savory flavor, because then we're adding in a can of tomato puree as well as a can of diced tomatoes. But then that will be, and then that just really has to cook for just a little bit, just to kind of let the flavors come together, and then it's done. We're getting close. Friend got salmonella from working with live birds. Apparently it sucked really bad, but I've never heard anyone getting it from eggs despite all of the warnings. Yeah, tomato paste will caramelize. And it actually like really deepens the flavor. It's kind of amazing. It was a tip that I picked up years ago. Like even before I went to culinary school kind of thing, it was something that I picked up. Salmonella, I actually had a classmate when I was in culinary school get salmonella from cake batter. In terms of foodborne illnesses, it is not a fun one. Oh, those are looking great. Okay, so we'll leave the oven on and going since 375 is what we're going to bake the lasagna at. Yeah, it was, oddly enough, in, the girl was in my safety and sanitation class. It was like my very first semester. The safety and sanitation class is a basic class that you have to pass. Like, you cannot move on to any of the other classes until you've passed it, because you have to, at least they require that you have what's here in the States known as the ServSafe certification. It's like an additional level than like a food handler's license, and so you learn about foodborne illnesses and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, raw eggs and cake batter, and that's what it was. She was out for, it was like 2 weeks or something like that. Like, it was nasty, and it like went on for a while. And what's crazy is I've never had it, and she is the only person I've ever known to have gotten it. Yeah, it was hilarious that it was in the safety and sanitation class. Even the instructor laughed and thought it was a riot. I'm actually still friends with that particular instructor. Oh, here we go. See, now we got kind of the oil and stuff is starting to fry. Some of the bigger meat chunks are the sausage. There we go. Okay. So this is a baggie. I had a can of tomato paste that I had opened and used part of, and then ended up not needing the entirety of it. Some of the stuff at the top kind of looks a little funky, but everything else is fine. So yeah, this was a can of tomato paste that I had didn't need the whole thing for. So stored really well, but getting it out is kind of a pain. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we'll start to let that fry up a little bit. There we go. Stuff that's in the dishwasher is dirty. That's,
It looked empty.
there's like a couple of things in there.
I heard you talking about full-born illness. Am I gonna die now? Cause
No. So,
raw egg in my mouth.
No, Cryptic Caramel was asking about salmonella.
Did you freeze it? Someone was just telling me how canned stuff apparently goes bad really quick after opening cans.
It can, but in this particular case, I had squoze out almost all of the air. So then that way it didn't...
Squoze.
Yeah, squoze. So then that way it wouldn't be exposed to it, and it actually will last a lot longer that way. Plus, it hadn't been open all that long.
Cryptic Caramel, you're right. It's worth the risk to lick cake and cookie dough bowls.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. I brought the dogs, apparently.
She did.
I was gonna put my dirty dishes in the dishwasher, but both of us can't be over there. Good catch, Poppy. Did you guys see that? Oh, maybe not.
I didn't see it.
Well, you shouldn't see it. Hey, thanks! Scott2572.
Hey!
Oh.
Did he resub?
Yeah, that was my fault. Bad
Thanks,
throw.
Scott. Great Scott!
Cookie dough is yummy. It's dangerous though, you know, you can't just stop at one little ball.
So just as an FYI, I'm draining the can of diced tomatoes.
Not ground?
No, I used a can of pureed and then a can of diced.
He loves using ground tomatoes, I'm surprised.
Well, for this, you want that change in texture. Plus,
Okay.
I didn't feel like opening up a full-on number 10 can.
Fair enough. What?
There we go.
Yeah, come in. Come in, sit down, Scott. Enjoy. You're putting the lemonade in the cool little doodad?
I was going to.
Surprise!
Yeah. Yeah, I told them all about it at the very beginning.
Oops.
Whoopsies.
That's okay.
Hopefully they're not going to come knocking on the door in a couple of minutes.
Did they not text you?
Nope. And I even told them that I was going to be going dark at 4. I'd get it to you, but that phone is currently in use. There we go. Okay, so that is almost done. That only needs like a couple of minutes. And our cream cheese layer is done. So I can get that out of the way. And while that's going, we can move on to the shredding of the moz. Thankfully, I've been able to start finding low moisture mozzarella that's made from whole milk as opposed to part skim. More fat, more better. That is correct. Okay. There we go. Jeez. No, it wasn't good. It done broke.
What?
let's see if I can figure out where this came from. Oh. At the base of the bowl, there's a little slot that it kind of locks in at, and it broke there. So
we just need a replacement craft?
Work bowl, yeah. Yeah, it is definitely the one tool I need. All right. Having to... Yeah. Okay. Well, we got it to work. So I'll have to get some super glue out. Oh, let's do that. There we go. I don't know off the top of my head. There we go. All right, so that is ready to use. What? Excuse me, Jane. So I'm going to need to keep that handy so I can fix the work bowl. Cookie dough. Yeah, worked for a bit, late to the party. Hey, no worries, man. My partner doesn't like most desserts, but he found and made me a no egg, no bake cookie dough recipe, and I think it was the most romantic thing he's ever done. Well, that's awesome. See, food is one of the best languages of love, in my opinion. Like, honestly. Like, if you love somebody, you make them something to eat. Why? Because it's, you know, nourishing. It is, you know, something that's good for the soul. It's good for the body. You know?
It's something we all have in common.
It's something we all have in common. Alright, you know what?
Is it dirty?
I chopped like a couple of things on it, but...
So no dishwasher?
No, not really. Okay. So we've got our stuff. We got our maws. Got that. Got our no-bake noodles. I got a couple of boxes just in case, which I got 3 just in case because I wasn't sure how many I would need in order to completely fill the pan. So our base procedure for this is pretty simple. We're going to lay down some meat sauce at the very bottom, layer up the noodles, top the noodles with a little bit of the cream cheese, hit it with the cheese, meat sauce, and then repeat until we've gone all the way through. So that's where we're at.
So the very bottom layer is meat sauce and not noodles?
Correct. So then it helps, since they're no bake noodles, having them surrounded by moisture helps them soften up.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
probably get another spatula. See, working with tomato sauces and stuff like that, this is why you never use a white spatula. That's why you have like black or red or something like that, because white just stains way too easy. Smells really good.
It does. Is that your new 15 by 10?
No, it's the old 10 by 15. I got a second 10 by 15 Pyrex dish. It was only $5, which was amazing.
It was $4.41.
Sorry, my bad. Regardless, it was a deal. It was a steal. It was the sale of the century.
Amazon Fresh.
Alright. Let's lay down some noodles. There's quite a few in here. As for the number of layers, it's just as much as we got.
Just keep it coming.
Yep. Cream cheese layer is a little bit thicker than I was hoping. I thought I had left it out long enough to where it would be nice and kind of soft. And, I mean, it's still, you know, spreadable. It's just a little bit of a pain to spread it out that much. Broken noodle will eat just the same. It's true. Now, you know what's funny is I've seen people make lasagna where instead of kind of doing it in this sort of traditional layered fashion, what they'll do is they'll take the boiled noodles and wrap them up into an individual portion and then line the pan with them, so then that way you don't have to sit here and cut through a whole bunch of stuff. You just like individual little wraps. Yeah. No, in this particular case, I mean, we've got like the 4 in there. Like, I could, but I don't know. Not really feeling the overlap per se. All right. The nice thing about this lasagna recipe is if you're making it like right now, but if you have enough to say make 2 or something like that, you can actually take one, and provided that you wrap it up properly with plastic wrap and aluminum foil, you can easily freeze it for like a couple of months. So then that way you just happen to have it on hand. Yeah, cottage cheese is definitely another recommended substitution for the ricotta.
Higher protein.
It would be higher protein. I know Mrs. Hueso likes cottage cheese. I personally am not a big cottage cheese fan. That's not enough for third. Nope. 2.5. Yeah, exactly. It does give you a good slice point, but thankfully, because of the fact that we're using like this no boil and we're layering it with, actually, oh, where did I see that? There it is. Nope. I don't want bigger. This is perfect. I have no idea. I just saw it. I think it was yesterday. Okay. I know nobody has any idea what I'm talking about except for Mrs. Hueso at the moment. It's a small offset spatula. And I just got a mug of hot water. So then that way I can lay down you know, a bit of this cream cheese and then use the offset to spread it out. And the hot water trick is just something that you kind of learn, so then that way it spreads and doesn't stick.
Yeah, we learned that in cake class.
Yep.
Cake decorating. Really good with
Frostings.
nice clear edge.
Yeah. When you're working with any of the kind of fats. So cream cheese. Yeah. We're changing worldviews here. Right? Like I knew we had this mini offset, but I'd forgotten about it until, like I said, I saw it yesterday putting dishes away. And I was like, oh, that's where that went. And I was just thinking to myself, self? Yeah. It's supposed to be in the baking drawer. Oh. For those that were here on Tuesday and recall the
greater good. Shut it!
Making about what's in the box. We ended up watching Seven last night. I say that jokingly, even though Seven is very much a serious film. We ended up watching Seven last night, and I cut the clip of Brad Pitt going, "What's in the box?" So that'll be probably available starting tomorrow.
Money shot.
I just haven't implemented it yet on the back end. I mean, it doesn't take very long to do. In fact, I could probably do it on the fly today, like while stuff is in the oven. Well, if you start out with 2 lasagnas, and then you stack one on top of the other, you get what's referred to as the Spice Girls lasagna, where two becomes one.
Is that a joke?
Bonus points to anybody that gets that. It's a random. I know it's totally random, but you'd have to. Okay.
Seriously, you need to get me in there. Like, that's a must. Must.
I have
must.
no clue what you're talking about. You're just making sounds. If I think it was the Spice Girls' first album, I think it was Spice Up Your Life. I don't remember. They did a song called "Two Become One," and it was a ballad. It was kind of a minor hit for her. I mean, it wasn't as big as like "Wannabe." Yeah. Oh, I should totally clip that too. Yeah, the joke. My. I know. See, this is what I get for being older and having listened to a pretty wide variety of music, is that I can make these kinds of jokes. Yes, the song was absolutely about lasagna. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh gosh, I don't remember the tune. Thank you. Not gonna lie, "Wannabe" was a favorite karaoke song of mine for a while. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have enough for one more layer. Oh, the sleeper ship mug? Which, by the way, speaking of sleeper ship, in the event that anybody didn't know, Mr. Kingsley, the mastermind behind Sleeper Ship, just released a new song on the Spotify. It is a cover of an Iron Maiden song called "Wasted Years," and it is a fabulous cover. If you've not had a chance to listen to it yet, definitely go on to Spotify and check it out. It's really, really well done. And I'm not just saying that because I like the guy.
Everybody asks, is a Pop-Tart ravioli?
No. I can see how one could reach that conclusion, but I'm going to say no. I'm going to take a hard stance on that. And my reason for that is that a ravioli is a stuffed pasta, whereas a Pop-Tart is a stuffed pastry. So you can absolutely have sweet raviolis. Right about this time, I'm kind of waiting for Rav to pop up and say, "You rang?" or something like that. But yeah, no, that's a pastry as opposed to a pasta, so I'm gonna say no on the ravioli. But you're thinking. That's good. Yeah. So, I mean, a savory Pop-Tart would be something like an empanada. Yeah, absolutely. A hand pie, a pasty, anything like that. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh yeah, feel free to ask all the food questions you got.
Let's dump Decay. Is it possible?
Oh, it's absolutely possible. It's difficult, but it's doable. I think we may need to shred some more moss. Thankfully, I have more. Yeah. I concur. Who's back? Oh, Radio Tease? Maria! Moderating. She is a busy woman. Okay. Time for the last layer.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
That is an interesting question. It is, and I mean, and it makes sense to call it in effect a sandwich because of that particular fact. Because I mean, you can get hoagies, subs, grinders, whatever you want to call them. You can get them split kind of the same way down the top. So it makes sense that you could interpret a hot dog as being a sandwich. So. Words. Pasticcio. That's the Uncle Stinky. Hi from Seattle. Well, hello there, Uncle Stinky. Welcome, welcome. Pasticcio is the Greek lasagna that I made. Hello from Seattle. We are, well, south of you. We are in the greater Portland metro area. So, few hours south of you.
We share weather.
Yes, yes, we do. I will say, and I'll refrain from calling you this only because we've just met. I don't know how familiar you are with Ren and Stimpy, cartoon kind of from the 90s, 2000s. One of their most famous bits is called the Happy Happy Joy Joy song. And the gentleman in the cartoon that sings the song is your old pal Stinky Wizzleteats. So I almost wanted to say, hey, it's our old pal Stinky Wizzleteats, but we just met and that would be rude. So. Okay, nice. See, you're already like one of us.
One of us.
One of us. One of us. Gribble, grubble, gribble, grubble. One of us. One of us.
Reason she uses what she has even ready to roll.
Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't. Okay. Yeah, I am definitely going to need to shred some more moss. So, let's get that out of here. Move that. I see you brought home a collection of lunch containers.
Yeah. I was looking in the dishwasher.
The sink was basically empty. I looked over and here's like 3 days worth of lunch containers.
It's two, but one was I took two.
Oh, you took 2? Okay.
Because I needed a snack on each birthday.
Okay. I can dig it. Don't need the hot water no more.
Ooh, Rick's gonna make fish soup tomorrow.
Oh?
Yes, please.
Alright, let's see if we can jerry-rig this into working. Because then
You have balloons, haven't you?
balut,
Yeah.
I have. Balut is one of the few things that I would not want to have again. I had it once to say that I had it. I know where to get it. I do not wish to have it again.
The feathers and stuff pretty noticeable.
Yes. Yeah, balut, the feathers are definitely noticeable. Yeah, balut is a very, very funky thing. So, balut is a Vietnamese predominantly delicacy that is basically a chick that has not hatched yet. The feathers aren't necessarily 100% formed. There are some in there, but it is yeah, it's like a chicken fetus basically. Yeah, don't image Google search it. Yeah, that's definitely like a not safe for life kind of thing. Just as a FYI.
The cryptic animal was the one that asked about what Pop-Tarts are.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember yours. I mean, I remember you said
I said Pop-Tarts aren't ravioli.
yeah, that's
Yeah, Pop-Tarts aren't ravioli only because they're made with a pastry instead of pasta dough. they would be more akin to like a sweet empanada. But you can have sweet ravioli. Like dessert ravioli, totally. Well, like the Tahitian squash ravioli that we had down at the Lodgatory Pines. Which, thankfully, we didn't have to pay for. Because we got smart and put it on the room bill, and the room was covered, so we didn't have to pay. So there's a reason why we ate all our meals down at that restaurant.
What would you make dessert ravioli?
To make a dessert ravioli? Well, like I said, Mrs. Hueso said like butternut squash or like a Tahitian squash and sage, or like a sweet potato, something like that would make for a good sweet filling.
I would consider that dessert.
You could. I know you wouldn't necessarily consider it dessert because your idea of dessert is very much sugar.
Yes, dessert's supposed to be a fun treat.
Alright. So now that we have this, more cheese! Because then I got to cover this with foil and put it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes covered, and then pull the foil off and bake it for another 25. I'm trying to get cheese to the edges so that it's not all mounded. I mean, it'll kind of even out a bit anyways. That's safe. All right. So here's our pre-oven lasagna ready to go. So now I'm gonna put.
Nice.
Yeah. Did somebody reclaim it?
I did earlier. I'm going to right now.
You should. There's 2 of them. To the stove.
Money shot!
This should. Oh, it's frozen again. Dang it. Stove cam froze. Boo. Anyways, I'm using this Reynolds grill foil, which is kind of a non-stick foil. This is what I'm putting over it.
Yeah. It's not too much more, but it's worth it. Always those asking suggestions on what to make with leftover Costco chicken.
You mean like roast chicken? Yeah. Oh, dude, non-stick foil is a game changer. Alright, I'm just putting this on a cookie sheet so then that way if it boils over, it doesn't stick to the bottom of the oven. Okay.
Yeah. So non-stick foil and
Okay. Non-stick foil, aka Reynolds grill foil. They do have, so this is the big roll. I haven't been able to find the smaller rolls recently. The smaller ones are just called non-stick and they're yellow instead of red. Total game changer when it comes to to doing anything really that requires foil. It's how I'm able to make my oven fried chicken, because the skin won't stick to it like normal foil. So then that way it will render out and become all kinds of yummy and delicious and crunchy. But the grill foil has been the only kind that I've been able to find for like the last 6 months or so. In fact, well, since Happy Batty is in the area, the only places that I've been able to find it is Fred Meyer. They've had it. But like Winco used to carry just a straight up non-stick, but the smaller roll that's in yellow, I used to use those way more often, but because they're just not around, there you go. Yeah, sheet pan for anything. Veggies sometimes stick to... Yeah, so honestly, try that grill foil. I think Kingsford also makes a grill foil that you sometimes see around July 4th. But for me, the Reynolds grill foil's available, or had been available year-round. So honestly, grab a roll of it and give it a shot. It'll change your life.
The small non-stick is $11, $12 a box now.
Holy hand grenades.
It used to be like $2.
Yeah, this, I don't know if y'all heard that, but Mrs. Hueso was saying, feel free to post a link to it in the chat, darling.
The small one?
Yeah, the small one, so people can see it. But the, I'm working on the garlic butter. The small rolls used to be about $2, but right now on Amazon, looks like they're selling for like 12. So, okay. Now, back to Avocado Green KitchenAid's question about leftover Costco chicken. If we're talking about the rotisserie chicken,
Yes.
You can make chicken enchiladas with them. Chicken noodle soup. In fact, I would use the carcass to make a chicken broth, and then throw in your additional veg, and you know, if you want to do pasta or something like that, you can do that. Chicken pot pie. Yeah, anything that you would use, you know, cooked chicken for, you can easily do for that. Yeah. So, alright, let's get this bread prepped real quick. And then, we'll move on to the salad. This is just a loaf of French bread, because the market was out of loaves of Italian today, but this works just fine. Yep. Now this isn't the non-stick foil, just because I have no need of using non-stick for this particular application. Yeah, way cheaper. Butter to the edges. Take it all the way. Da-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na. Rosanna, damn it. I know it's not the lyrics, but it's what it sounds like. It's always funny.
Yes, I like.
Rita Repulsa, gotta love it.
What is that from?
It's from Power Rangers. Yeah, it's Rita Repulsa from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Alright, garlic bread, ready to go.
Done.
Donzo. salad time. So for the salad,
Job. Frast.
got a
Nunt.
You're just saying sounds. There's sounds.
Given to us. And thought, hey, what can we do with it? I thought, hey, a salad might be kind of nice. So we'll do a fennel with a Granny Smith apple. We've got some spring mix that we'll throw it into. And this is going to be shaved, as is the apple. The toasted walnuts, some dried cranberries, and then we'll make a vinaigrette to toss the whole thing with. We're going to throw in the fronds from the fennel here. So that'll be a nice addition to it.
What does burning smell like?
But since I had planned on shaving the apple super thin, I was looking for a bowl to put this into. Yeah, I know we got the nice glass ones and everything, but since people aren't actually coming over, yes. Instead of the nice formal wear, we're gonna go for the super informal but awesome purple bowl. It's a genuine Tupperware bowl that we scored for free. It was a whole set with lids and everything.
Yeah.
Really nuts.
Yeah. That was a jackpot.
It was a definite jackpot. It was a there was a lady that was moving kind of in a hurry.
Yeah, she was super paranoid and they were out to get her.
Yeah. And she was giving away a whole bunch of her stuff. And like we were there just to kind of help her out with whatever she needed. And yeah, she was getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And it was like a full set. Now that set, I want to say retails for...
It used to retail for like $80. You can't get it anymore.
Yeah, it's like $80 or something like that. It's kind of crazy.
Stinky's talking about making meatloaf.
Oh, nice.
Because of the weather.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the weather was why I made jambalaya on Saturday.
Have you made meatloaf on stream? I think you did.
Yeah, I thought I made meatloaf on stream.
Yeah, so then some people look at it.
Yeah, actually. So, in that link I just posted, Uncle Stinky, there's a link to, you know, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, etc., but also there's the YouTube page. All of the VODs from all the streams that I've done is on that YouTube page, and they're all titled, like Tactical Snacking with Decay, and the date, but then afterwards it says, like, what we made, and I believe there's a meatloaf stream on there, so if you want to go and check that out, you certainly can. Okay. Yeah, it's a good... That's right, I did do a bacon lattice for it.
Please be careful.
Yep, I knew you were going to say something.
I can't. You're gonna cook your pretty hands. Oh my gosh. Right through the flesh of the hand.
Totally fine. Apple for the chef. No blood.
Don't do this at home, kids.
If you got the handguard, use the handguard.
Or a cut glove.
Exactly.
You're an experienced professional.
I have I have owned and used this mandolin for many years. If you feel uncomfortable at all using a mandolin, then yes, absolutely use a cut glove. Use the holder that's usually included in it. But like I said, I've used it for years. I feel comfortable using it without either the guard or the or a cut glove, because if you were watching, you would have seen that I started out going pretty quick, but then slowed down as I got towards the end of the apple. That's just so I wouldn't cut myself, because I have cut myself before with the mandolin. I don't recommend it. Yeah, they certainly can. I've actually got a little bit of a scar from a deli slicer that I don't know if you can see that little roundish spot right there. That was where a deli slicer took a little corner off, and it was entirely my fault. It wasn't a product defect or anything like that. It was definitely my fault because I was trying to slice some prosciutto, and it was towards the very end of the leg, and I was like pushing on it in order to try to get a nice flat piece, because the cooler that the prosciutto was in, the shelf that it was on was right next to the lights, and so it didn't keep it as cool as it should have. Because if it was nice and cold, it would have been nice and solid, but this one had warmed up a little bit, and so it was kind of like moving around. But yeah, like I said, it was totally my fault. And
Is that what dill you're playing with?
no, this is fennel.
So can something be done with the rest of it?
With like the stalks?
Yeah.
I would imagine. I don't know. I don't really work with fennel a ton.
It was free. Thank you, neighbor.
Yes, it was free, which is why it's going in the salad. No, I don't believe it's part of the Lily or Alum family. I don't know. You got Google.
Fennel is a member of the carrot.
Huh.
Even though it's not a root vegetable.
Interesting.
Learn something every day.
Indeed. Hang on. Okay. I'm like, wait, did I set a timer? I did. There's like 4.5 minutes left. Then until I take the foil off the lasagna. Indeed. Okay. I will hang on to these just to see if there's something else I can do with them. I don't know what. Okay. So that's done. Oh, cool. Okay. Got that, got that. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh. Yeah, losing fur babies sucks.
Craisins.
Yep. No, there is not a cheese. There's a lot of cheese being consumed in the lasagna.
Yes, I figured it.
You're like, I just realized what I said. Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Got that. Yes. That's usually what happens. Alright, so I'm just making the vinaigrettes. Lemon juice, Dijon mustard, olive oil. This is a California Ranch olive oil. It's not from the Totally family of products this go around.
Sorry, we ran out of Totally Greek.
I did run out of the Totally Greek olive oil. Okay. We don't necessarily need a ton of greens. Lettuce was also great. These nuts, however, were not great. Oh, very nice. Ooh, I know what you got.
Well, that's not a lie. That was sort of too bad.
But we talked about that.
I know. That's why I asked.
It's not really a stew because the rice soaks up. There we go. Alright, let's see. Whoop. Pardon me, do you have any grape? But of course. This thing is just spinning. That's not right. Okay. Just taking the foil off this. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain why it does that. Okay. "25 minutes. Yeah, I have no idea why will work at the beginning, but then
I thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
It might have something to do with the length of the USB cable. There we go. I'm gonna have to do something about it. I'm just kind of eyeballing this. Most of the time when you see like recipes for making vinaigrettes online, they usually kind of go by the idea of a ratio of like 3:1 oil to vinegar or whatever kind of acid. I tend to prefer mine closer to between the 2 to 1 to 1. I prefer to have a lot more acid than oil personally. That's just kind of my deal. But, you know, your mileage may vary. Aha. I know it was on the drain board because I washed it. Okay. Yes, because it contained the 3 things that the other folks couldn't have: dairy, gluten, and tomatoes.
Yeah, Uncle
Stinky?
Yeah, usually on Thursday nights we have people come over for dinner.
Yeah. Sometimes, so in one particular group of people that have been coming over, one of them has some food allergies to tomatoes, gluten, and dairy. So I've been, you know, trying to cater to them as best as I can with coming up with menus that contain none of the above. Well, this particular week, the folks that were supposed to be coming over don't have those issues. So we jokingly said, you know, okay, we should totally do something with gluten, tomatoes, and dairy. And the first thing that came to mind was lasagna, because I hadn't made it in forever and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Okay. Oh yeah, no, did I hear right? One person with all those allergies? Yeah. It is literally one individual that has all those allergies, and it can be a challenge, but that's half the fun of doing this, is that, I mean, like your kitten me, who, I don't know if your kitten me is still around, has some severe gluten allergies. And more and more people have been developing food allergies over the last few years, and so I would be a very, very bad cook if I couldn't adapt to the specific dietary needs of my guests. So, like, a perfect example is when Unleash the Archers came and ate here before their show back in September. 2 of the members are vegetarians, one of which is an ovo-lacto vegetarian and the other one's a pescatarian. So even though everybody else was totally fine, it's like,
wanted meat and potatoes.
Yeah, and wanted meat and potatoes. It's like, okay, well, you know, what can we do? And so I came up with a menu that, you know, would work for everybody. And then for the 2 individuals in question, one person had one thing that I made enough for them, and anybody else could have it if they wanted. It was sous vide shrimp, actually, that came out fantastically. Oh, ovo-lacto. So ovo-lacto means that they're vegetarians that don't eat any kind of meat. However, they still eat eggs and cheese. Whereas a pescatarian doesn't eat chicken, beef, or pork, but will eat fish. So yeah, there's a pretty big spectrum of vegetarian, like what some will and will not eat. So it was one of those things that's like I needed to have a conversation because all I was told was vegetarian, and that doesn't tell me anything, unfortunately. So after talking to him and figuring it out, it's like, oh, okay, ovo-lacto, pescatarian, no problem. We got that covered. Mom's a vegetarian that does not eat fish. Okay, see? So, exactly. I mean, you can call yourself a vegetarian and mean a lot of things. Vegan, it's very much you either are or you're not. Where you don't consume of the flesh, the products, animal products, so meat, cheese, eggs, honey is a no-no. But there's a very specific, if you're going to call yourself a vegan, this is how you choose to live your life and what you choose to consume for, you know, whatever ethical reasons. Freaking vegan, where, you know, you're just dumpster diving for food. But vegetarian, there's a lot of wiggle room. So, alright, let's give this a taste. Woo! That's really lemony. It's not that it's too much lemon, it's just that the lemon is really pronounced. So I'm actually going to balance it with some sugar. Some sugar. Probably. Yeah. Way better. Way, way better. Okay. I'm not going to put it all on. I want to reserve it. Let's give it a toss and see what's what. Yeah, I could put the lid on and just shake the heck out of it. I was hoping I was working fast enough that I can get the dressing on the apples, but it's just a little oxidation. It doesn't change the flavor. Just means it's not quite as pretty.
You know what? All the food was one of those, they came from one of those boxes of
Yeah, that's true. Imperfect foods. Yeah. Oh, let's find a craisin. Need a craisin. There's some fennel. Oh, there we go. I think I could actually use some more dressing. I just don't want to put so much on this that it's drowning in it. I still want to taste like the individual ingredients and everything. But I think that will do it for that. That's really good. We haven't made the lemonade yet. We are about to. No, go. Yeah, there's the Portland Farmers Markets, and there's one in Vancouver. There's one in, I think, Camas.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
This summer they have that Wednesday game where it's a chef's market.
So, yeah, it might be at night. Okay. Okay, so this is probably going to be kind of disappointing. But let's see. So most of the time, and I talked about this a little bit earlier. You probably weren't here for it, accidentally. Yeah. About 10 years or so ago, I kind of made a name for myself, cooking for church functions for like large groups and stuff like that. And in doing so, we started to make this strawberry lemonade concoction. And Country Time lemonade and strawberry margarita mix. That's really kind of the crux of it. But strawberries were on sale, and so I kind of figured, hey, let's actually puree up some strawberries to add to it. So, and since really I'm kind of making this just for Mrs. Hueso and myself for the moment, I'm not going to make a ton. But we have this like big glass kind of formal drink dispenser that I like washed and got ready to go because I thought, oh, you know, people will be here to eat at like 6:30. But Mrs. Hueso is going to be piecing out in a little bit. Oh, you did? But yeah, whenever we made this, I usually mix the lemonade a little bit on the stronger side, personally, because of the sweetness of the strawberries and everything else, the strawberry mix. That was just kind of my personal preference. Yeah, exactly. Like there should be like a lip smacking twang to it. Did I put that thing away? Oh, nope, here it is. Unfortunately, I can't find the small one, but a star tip. Cold strawberry.
I put my stuff away.
So yeah, if you ever have to hold like a mass amount of strawberries, I prefer the smaller one because usually it cores them out a little bit better. Did you find it?
I found the container. Do you know what number you're looking for?
I have no idea. It's smaller than this, but bigger than the tiny ones.
There's 17?
Oh, yeah. Maybe that.
Up to 22.
Yeah, that works.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's number 22 starts it, but...
I organize my stuff and it's labeled. Because I'm a nerd.
Boom. And that's how you hull strawberries real quick. Star tips. Yeah, this one, I forget what number this is.
Well, let's put it...
An 868.
A little big.
It's a little big. But for if you're piping out things like pot of choux.
What's pot of choux?
Pot of choux is the dough for cream puffs.
Oh.
If you're piping out stuff.
That's something you should make, cream puffs.
Yeah. So if you're piping out larger things that need a bigger star, that's what that one's for.
Mm. Pretty good strawberry.
Good.
From Watsonville, California.
They smelled really good.
They do.
The color wasn't all that great.
Well, that one tasted amazing. And I already dripped on myself. I'm gonna go change it.
Okay. These are still pretty underripe, it looks like. Hey, thanks for the follow, Uncle Stinky. Okay, so this is just my blender carafe, and I'm gonna liquefy it. Just to make sure it's slightly on the sweeter side. Just I don't know, about a tablespoon or so of sugar. Then I'm thinking I need ice. Yes, because this is going to end up being kind of a slushy consistency. So let's see, this holds 2 liters. So I'll make probably 1.5. That'll be good for us. I'm going to get some ice. Okay.
He's gone.
Were you trying to lock somebody in the garage?
No. I was just trying to shut the door. This house, the doors, no joke. They have locks to lock people in. So you can lock people in every bedroom in the house, and you can lock people in the bathroom.
Very strange.
It's creepy weird. Like, I don't know what the original owners are thinking, but and these locks are old. This isn't, you know, the family before us.
No, this was like
original to the house.
60s or 70s kind of thing.
Yeah. But let's lock people in the bathroom. That's a great idea.
Well, the bedrooms have them, like all the rooms have them. It's really strange. And I realized you probably couldn't hear me because I was busting up ice. Okay. So, if we're making a quart, so 3 pints, so 16 times 3 is 48.
It comes in pints?
Because a pint's a pound the world around.
Do you look at us if I ask you what that means, really? Like,
What?
I don't, like, what?
Oh, a pint's a pound the world around?
Yeah.
So what that means is that a pint of water is 16 ounces.
Oh, which is a pound.
Which is a pound. So since I'm doing 3 pounds, I figure about 1.5 pounds of, no, let's do 1 pound of ice. And then we'll do 2 pounds of water. So I'm at 11, 12.
This has made my stomach angry.
You should have some salad. Okay, so that's 1 pound of ice. So let's get. What?
Uncle Steve's zombie hideout house. Jimmy's been bit by lock him in the bathroom.
Basically.
Are plates bigger in the UK?
There are, yeah, actually they are. If I remember correctly, a UK pint is something like, it's not a huge difference, but it is a larger volume. Okay, so that was a quart of water. And since we're making 1.5 quarts,
I'm behind you. Yeah, we have the zombie house. That's a great way to put it. Yep.
Either that or the religious fanatic house that, you know, was trying to get the demons out.
You're healed! Get thee hence, demon!
I'm sorry, Jimmy. You have the devil in you. I can't let you out.
Yeah. That's what I'm concerned did happen, you know?
Yeah. And I can very easily see that.
We were told the original owner, Arthur?
They were
he and
kind of
his wife,
special.
they're like, yeah, apparently he was crazy. We were also told he got murdered. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. There's all sorts of fun stories. Should make our house a haunted house for spooky. Yeah.
I don't know if people are going to want that kind of haunted house.
I was going to say, like, the haunted house that I would make would be like, TV dinners! Ooh, that's the kind of thing that would freak me out.
TV dinners forever!
Forever!
You have to eat
Salisbury steak!
Hey, no judgment if you like that. I don't even know what Salisbury steak is.
Would you bring me the margarita mix? Take the cap off. Thank you.
You can make fun foods that people like to hide and name things like mashed brains. Oh, it's nice meeting you too,
Uncle Stinky.
Stinky.
You got a piece out?
Yeah, he's a mod for another food streamer. Nice.
Oh, really? What food stream?
Yeah, which one?
Mod duties another food streamer. What's the name of the food streamer that you're modding for?
Just curious. There's not many around. There's some pretty cool ones. I like to think we're a little cool. This sounds pretty good. It's not too lemony. I was concerned.
Yeah, that's why I tasted it. Boom. There you go, darling.
Thank you.
Cheers. Chef de Party. I am not familiar with them.
We'll check them out. Oh, you might have to do a raid.
Well, actually, interestingly enough, we're going to be raiding somebody who also lives up in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Oh, I came over here to help, but
G-Money's doing a 24-hour stream.
oh, nice.
And since G-Money raided us like twice in a row,
We gotta raid G-Money.
we gotta go raid. Oh!
Very cool. Well, Uncle Steve, thanks for coming by and hanging out. You're always welcome. And if you're on the Discord, you can ask all kinds of questions. So
Yeah.
that's some of DK's favorite things to do is figure out, like, oh, how do I make this with blah 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 instead of.
Okay, I got a hot pan that's coming
Hot
through.
pants coming through.
So,
Move. Get out the way.
yeah, you're not getting out of the way. Oh, you know what? Let's get some trivets.
I made a hole.
You did. Let's move the cutting board. Let's get that out of there. You just put it on top of the book.
Okay.
Alright.
Here it comes. Money shot. Ta-da!
Boom. Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Which drink is mine?
I don't know. We're married.
That's true.
Just drink one. I had some. I don't know. We share the same germs. I'm
That's
not worried
true.
about
Money shot!
As a team of food streamers that support each other, I'll drop your name to them. Cool, yeah. I'll have to check them out. Yes, that's correct. No stream on Saturday. Well, thanks so much, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to have to come check them out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's always looking for new people to raid. But, G-Money, our, dare I say, our friend? Yay!
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Yes.
What's that? Raven Dramatic.
But, yeah, G-Money's been sharing the love. We gotta send it back.
Yeah. Absolutely. Alright, so we'll let the... I was gonna say we can let the lasagna chill for a bit, but do you want to get in on that before you gotta go?
Okay.
Oh, snap! Woo! Oh, Maria with the 5 bomb.
Maria.
Thank you so much, Maria.
You're the best.
Oh, Joe. Alright, you know what? Let's cut into this before you gotta go.
What time is it?
5:24.
Oh, I told him I'd be late. It doesn't start until 6:30.
So like 5 minutes.
You said it was 5:24.
5:25. And
Okay,
it starts at 6:30.
that's an hour.
That's 5 minutes.
5:30. Oh, that's
It's
6:30.
6:30.
You said 5:30.
No, I said 6.
I told him I'd be late.
Did I say 5 or 6, chat?
Oh, he said 5.
Did I say 5? I don't know if I said 5 or 6.
He said 5. It's recorded. Too bad we can't rewind. He said 5. Lemonade is excellent.
It definitely does hit the spot.
Yeah.
I did say 5? Okay, that's my bad. Sorry, it is
No worries.
6:25.
No, I told him I'd be late,
Okay.
so I'm gonna be late. There's a group getting together for a book exchange.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. And I wouldn't have signed up had I known it was going to be audit / end of month. Woo! You got a money shot that.
Oh, yeah. Boom. Hey, Judo Chop Viking! Yeah. Boom. Check that out.
And I get the dragonfly plate.
And you get the dragonfly plate. Oh, that's tasty. There you go.
Thank you. You're the best. Oh, it smells amazing. It looks very hot though.
It is. It's kind of molten.
It's molten, yeah. It's a great way to put it. Hey, Judo Chop.
It doesn't matter, baby.
All right,
Kaboom.
boiler is on. Timer is set.
Thank you, avocado. That happens a lot sometimes.
What?
And I usually lose the argument that you're confusing me. But, yeah. Look at those layers. They're beautiful. Can you see that yet? Look at that. You know, you could put, like, vegetables between the layers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying.
I missed that part.
Yeah. It was before you got home that a common thing to do is if you wanted to replace, like, say, half of the meat mix. Oh. If you wanted to replace, like, half of the meat mix with vegetation, that's a perfect opportunity to throw in carrots, celery, mushrooms, zucchini, kind of whatever, and chop it up with that onion like from earlier. Then that way it will you'll get an even higher vegetable content. So image, and it will crepes instead of lasagna for the layers. I did it once, it was nice. Oh, interesting. I can see how that'd be good. But yeah, it is piping hot. That strawberry lemonade hits the spot. Haven't made that in a hot minute.
Wow, that's excellent.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, and the cream cheese is really nice.
I'm just grabbing some salad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're gonna mukbang with us.
Mukbang. Yeah, the cream cheese is really nice. It is still very hot.
I'm gonna play.
Salad's pretty good.
Oh, I need these.
Oh, we had garlic bread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why I took, because it's hard to read this computer. Our TV died.
I gotta see if I can fix
We had a TV for this chat, which was really nice, but thankfully they're not that expensive, and we could probably get one used someplace.
That's what I was looking at, like,
Yeah, 40, 50 bucks.
yeah, I was looking for a used one, just like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So then that way, I can just get kind of a used one to use effectively as a large monitor.
I love it with cream cheese. That's nice. That's one of my favorite lasagnas ever, and I think it's because of the cream cheese.
Probably, yeah, because I mean, like I said earlier, we're not fans of ricotta.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm using my fingers.
Fingered. So we've been swapping drinks, I see.
Have we?
Yeah.
I just refilled that one.
Mm.
We're married, it doesn't matter.
We're married, it don't matter.
You're the queen of mixing. Yeah, no, so yeah, we'll mix stuff up all the time.
It's fun. Will any of you guys try this at home? Everything except the slicing on the mandolin without a cut glove part.
Yeah.
Should probably put this ice in the freezer.
Yes. It was in Jimmy out in the garage. Most of our appliances are named. This is Chaz, for Chaz Michaels from Blades of Glory. The chest freezer out there is Jimmy, for Jimmy McElroy.
Because he was brand new.
Because it was brand new.
When we named him.
Yeah.
And the fridge came with the house, so it was
Yeah.
kind of used.
Kind of used and beaten up a little bit like Chaz Michaels. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, XL Chaos, you should make it with cream cheese. It's really good.
Yeah.
I have never had it like this before. I bet cream cheese is cheaper than ricotta. Rabbit?
I think it was a kind of comparable looking at
the amount.
Yeah, looking at the amount.
Flavor is good. That's all that matters. There's green stuff in this.
Garlic bread money shot. Yeah, fresh basil.
That's what I was tasting.
Boop.
Thank you.
And now to get a plate for myself.
I also love garlic bread.
Excuse me, darling.
Garlic bread's delicious. It's still pretty warm.
Well, it's straight out of the oven. Yeah,
Look
that's
how solid that is. For being molten,
Yeah.
it's sat really well.
Yeah. Like, check out those layers.
It's almost layered like one of those pastries.
Yeah, that turned out real nice.
Yeah, look, I'm impressed at how.
I was gonna say, this is probably one of the best ones I've made.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, we love garlic bread. I want to make a lasagna with cream cheese next time I went. Yeah, absolutely do it, Accidental Chaos. Like, it's
really nice.
If you're not a fan of ricotta,
Oh yeah.
boom.
Boom.
Ton of flavor in this.
Yeah. And the chunks of the fresh basil's a nice little touch. And the chunks of tomato. I'm really sorry you guys aren't here to be fed.
No joke. But check out the base of the pan. Notice how dry it is. Like, it's not. There's not a whole bunch of liquid leaching out.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's a really good sign. I just shove it right in my mouth.
Put it in your mouth hole. The only negative about not having like a leaching out is to, you know, dip the bread in.
Yeah.
That's one of the fun parts. That was really good. Let's see what cryptic caramel is.
And it looks like it hasn't crispified in the edges either. It's not, like, only around the top edge, but along the sides it really hasn't.
It's cooked perfectly.
You're absolutely right, Cryptic Caramel. Cleaning the crusty edges out of the pan sucks.
That's what the chainmail is for. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me get it.
The chainmail scrubby.
It's been used. It's a little wet.
Yeah, I used it earlier today.
But I think it's on Amazon for $12. But it's literally chainmail in a circle.
Just don't drip it on the lasagna.
I'm not. But this sucker cleans glass really well.
Yeah.
And it'll take your pan that's all corrosive and gross.
It's a good first step for knocking down the really stuck on big bits. But I'll also use like a 3M Scotch-Brite pad. Either a green or a red one. As like a secondary measure to really kind of take it off. Gotta use a chisel, yeah. I just learned about that. I've always used the green scrub pads, but that sounds so cool. Yeah, like I said, the chainmail is a good first step. It's not going to be a 100% clean thing, but the nice thing about it is you can run it through the dishwasher.
Also true.
So super easy cleaning. I would love to serve it with lettuce, salad, and mustard on the top of the salad. There is lettuce in the, I'm sorry, there's mustard in the dressing for the salad to act as an emulsifier.
I'm gonna keep you.
Okay.
You're kept.
I'm a keeper?
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! I don't know if there's a return policy. I mean, we've been married for almost 15 years now.
Warranty ran out a long time ago.
Yeah. Warranty ran out a long time ago.
I'm stuck with you now.
I recently bought the entire Home Improvement series, and I feel like I'm summoning it. Oh, wow. I haven't watched Home Improvement in years.
Actually, interesting. My friend was obsessed with going to see shows being taped. And the first episode of Home Improvement I saw was actually in the studio. It was the episode where the dishwasher blew up. I don't know where or when that was, but...
I'm guessing Tim tried to turbocharge it.
Yeah. That was, I ended up seeing it taped, because like I said, they were obsessed with going. We ended up seeing it like 4 or 5 times.
Was that the twins?
Mm-mm. I'm a friend from high school.
Ah.
I don't know, going to a show is fine. It's one of those things like everybody should go once, twice, but...
3 times a lady?
Maybe I would have liked it more if it was a different show.
Could be. Hmm. Excellent. Right on, right on. Yep, that he did. Okay. Me either. I think it probably wouldn't have aged well. Wasn't kind of sexist with him bringing hot chicks on the tool show sometimes. Yeah. I would definitely say that it maybe hasn't aged super well. However, I feel like shows like that sometimes are good to leave alone and watch them with the perspective of
this is what it was like.
This is what it was like. Just so then you have an understanding of kind of where we came from.
Right.
And hopefully we learn from history's mistakes and not repeat them.
So you erase the mistakes.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's one of those things that mistakes need to be kept around as a reminder, not to repeat them. But that's the key, is not repeating. So, but we're human and we screw up sometimes.
I'm gonna use my bread to lick the plate.
Atta girl.
Because that's how it's done.
Indeed.
I don't know if I was on the stream, but all the folks out there, etiquette folks are freaking out.
Oh yeah. So, I am eating toasted sandwiches with cheese, tomato, and green bell pepper. It's like a pizza in between 2 slices of bread. Sounds good.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds really good. But yeah, I think that will. I think that'll do it for us this evening. Yeah. So thank you so much to everybody for coming and hanging out. Radio Batiste, thank you again for the 5 bomb. Thanks for coming and hanging. Judo Chop Viking. Yeah, totally. Come on over, dude. Accidental Chaos, Scott 2572. Thanks to Raven Dramatic and Uncle Stinky for the new follows. AJ was in here earlier. He's probably working because that's what he does. But thank you to all the, anybody who's been lurking and hanging out. Thank you to, people that showed up. We're going to go raid Mr. G Money, Mr. Grant Truesdell, one of the guitarists of Unleash the Archers. So we're going to go give him a raid. He's in the process of doing a 24-hour stream. He's been going since about 1 today. And
24 hours? Is he going to sleep on stream?
No, he said he's going to power through. That's what I said. I thought he was going to sleep, but he said he was going to power through. So yeah, we're going to go raid him because he's, great friend. And he's raided us twice now. And I'm like, well, we need to return the favor. So
he's our friend.
He's our friend. So
things I never thought I'd say.
I know, right?
He's been to our house.
There he is. Awesome. So thanks so much again, everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. Take care. Like I said, no stream this Saturday just because we've got a big garbage pickup day that we're going to be dealing with. But we will be back Tuesday. So happy Batty. Thank you so much again for popping in. And yeah, so we'll see you guys then.
Hello, boys and ghouls. DK's making a snack today. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?